Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever time of day it may be for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Layback Gamer, and, well, seeing as how, I haven't really had a whole lot of requests recently to play any new games, so I figured we'll just go back to one of the older ones, make a bit of a more longer lasting series since Star Sector is over. And that is, well, we're going back to Civ 4. However, we're going on for Cavemen to Cosmos, using that mod. Now, I've done quite a bit of testing. I've done quite a few games, tested out some different sizes, mainly some of the larger sizes, as well as seeing what it would be like at some of the speeds. And if I were to set it to what my last one was for test, which was, I just want to see, okay, how exciting can this be if I set it onto Eternity and gigantic map size? And the answer is, well, I'm still in the medieval age. And I lost count of how many turns. Pretty sure around 10,000 turns. So, yeah, that's a bit long. Actually, I might. We'll keep it on snail. No, I'll go to marathon. I think I had it at one of these. I know this is normal, long. This is fast. It goes to that, and then this I think was. Never mind. Anyways, so yeah, playing Civ 4 with the Cavemen to Cosmos start, and well, here are a few of the different things that I got picked out. Got religion, of course. Always choose religion. No tech brokering because they shouldn't be able to. Although, nah, we'll keep it off. Permanent alliances, yes. Stuff is enabled. Now some of the stuff new to Caveman to Cosmos. We are all going to be starting off as a minor civilization, meaning that we're at war with everyone, and we get settled into a full civ once we have discovered writing. It performs badly in such as... I see. So we might have to up the AI difficulty over time. But we're going to start it on Prince, because that's my normal playing, and we might eventually make our... Who knows? We might make our way up to Emperor if we're lucky. I have tried it on Noble, which is the other difficulty. I tend to go a bit back and forth between Noble and Prince, and by the time of the ancient era, or the sedimentary, I think, or I'm not sure which, but by the time of the ancient era, I was basically I had already won the game, and the AI didn't know it, because I was able to conquer an entire continent that had 3 other AI on it, which is honestly, again, still going to be my plan for this one. Kind of depends on where we spawn. However, we only are going in with 8 civilizations, just because if I add too many in, initially it's going to cause the game to lag. However, I have not disabled revolution, so that will be making a return from the previous series. However, it's not going to be as prevalent within the first few eras. So the what we are going to be starting in, no, you couldn't be at snail. So this actually also adds in a few new eras in the future, as well as one even before the ancient era, and that's the prehistoric era, which is what we're going to be starting in. So we're going to be starting all the way back when people were just first learning how to build a small house for protection, back even before the creation of fire. I'm going there. We can be able to use mountains, and can have some resources, and can be worked by city like any other tiles. However, this will require a special promotion to certain units. I believe it's called the Mountaineer promotion, and it allows the unit itself to be able to travel into mountains, and it to lead other units into mountains. So it could be very useful for early on. Say we have a warrior trying to attack a city. Now I haven't actually been able to test this out yet because none of the AI have actually settled near a mountain. But we could have the said unit go into the mountain and start attacking the city from there. And they couldn't do anything about it because it's an impassable terrain for them, but not for our unit with the promotion. Search and destroy, or surround, not search, surround and destroy was another interesting one, which adds a bonus if you surround troops and cities with military units. So kind of like in the medieval era, besieging a medieval city, you would often want to, like, if you could and you had the manpower, I might be completely wrong with this, but you would want to try to encircle the city to make sure that nobody could get out, or at the very least you make sure that the front gate, if you didn't have the troops to do it or didn't at least think it's necessary, you just encircled the only way, or you trap the only way that they could get out. I was tempted to and I forgot to turn on the shuffle. I'll do that in a bit. I was tempted to remove the restrictions on the amount of wonders that could be built in one city because it's limited to two world wonders, or I'm not sure. I think it's 4 world wonders, and it might still be 2 national wonders. I'm not sure. Tech diffusion. Oh yeah, so we'll kind of explain that a bit later. We can get great commanders. Great commanders give great generals many bonuses for leading troops into battle instead of just attaching to a squad of it. So think of like heroes such as Odysseus. That was the only one I could think of off the top of my head. Wow, I really suck. But anyways, great heat commanders and heroes can lead troops as a unit of their own, so they can become their own unit. They don't have to attach to anyone, and they can be quite powerful. However, their one drawback is that they won't be able to age up. So, for instance, having we'll just use Achilles in the prehistoric to, well, actually I think he comes in the ancient era. Having him in the ancient era would be great because he has a high strength compared to everybody else, and his buffs and giving him promotions will only make him better. However, throw him up against some modern armor and he will easily be crushed. So, personalized map. No. We have advanced economy, far more in-depth and detailed control of economic features, especially in trade infiltration. Realistic corporations. We have advanced espionage nukes, because of course we need the best nukes, especially since, as you may have noticed, we have the one, the only Gandhi here, because it wouldn't be a civilization game if you didn't bring Gandhi in. And of course, we're giving him a little bit extra in the nuclear department. So Gandhi, if you want to, you can go ahead and mass nuke the world. But Gandhi wouldn't want to do that. Not at all. He wouldn't want to do that at all. No, he wouldn't, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no, he wouldn't. Infinite XP, no loss of experience when upgrading troops. That I think I toggled on because I... Not sure if I want. Well, yeah, I think I'll keep it on. No city. I didn't want to have a city limit from civics. Since revolutions, the ability for a colony to revolt is already can be pretty limiting. Like, for instance, as we saw in The Rise of Mankind, I did have a lot of issues with that. So, also having it, I'm not sure. I know what I can limit myself to, and the AI should kind of as well. And this also helps for early on to be able to try to get that extra research speed to continue to keep going. If I wanted to play ultra realistic, I would be turning this on and having a few more of these also turned on too, such as barbarians always raised. I prefer them to be able to capture the city and then be able to back. Unlimited national units, no. Not going to do that. No negative traits. No pure traits. Remove negative penalties from positive traits. Passive bonuses from negative traits. Nope. But I did do this. Developing leaders. They will gain additional trait selections throughout the game due to expanding national culture. And what this does is essentially you can, like, we start with 3 right now. So I don't know what this one is. I don't remember what they are, but after we reach certain milestones in national culture, we can add a new trait or we can remove a negative one. And after we have so many positive traits on, we then have to pick a negative trait. And the negative traits, as the pure traits suggest, sometimes come with a bit of a positive. I'll be pointing those out in time. And of course, with that, we can also remove a positive trait if I want to. No nukes is obviously turned off. Start without positive traits. No, we're not turning that on. We are having the fighter flight, which gives enemy units the ability to be able to flee their attackers a bit more. And it also bases like kind of more of retreating, except on the defense. I don't think an attacking unit can retreat, but a defending unit can't flee. So this gives the ability for defending units to flee. Combat size matters. This one's still under a bit of development. It's been a while since I've actually. Probably should have checked beforehand, but yeah, I should have checked beforehand if there was an update to this. I'm not going to pick this one. I'm not going to pick it just yet. More rivers, more resources. I don't want those on, just because if I could, I would actually make resources a little more scarce to encourage trading, make it harder to do. Can I do that up here? Resources standard okay, no, I can't. If I could, I would try to make them a little more scarce, so that when trying to it makes trading matter. Going, okay, I have 2 sources of iron in my kingdom, or in my empire, and I can't really I can keep these, but I could also trade one off to the AI and maybe get a resource that I don't have and that he covets highly. For instance, say my opponent's has currently all the known sources of cows. I could go, okay, well, it's a bit of a rip-up, but maybe I can get that source of cows, which would help out with some health, give me a little more benefits as well to my cities, and in exchange and he might give me a little more for that iron as well, because it's already seen as a good resource. But if I'm the only one controlling the iron, and I'm willing to give it to him, I might go, okay, well, we'll give it to you for a bit more, because we understand that, and hopefully maybe the AI could have seen it this way, but the AI would go, okay, we don't know where any other source of iron is, and he's trading it away, so we want to make sure we have the best deal for it, but not too bad of one. Anyways, let's keep going. Realistic siege. Many such as walls cannot be entirely removed. Many defensive buildings enforce that the city defense level must be reduced to a particular level before the city can be attacked. Not quite sure what. I haven't really encountered this one a whole lot, but Not quite sure what that. I have it ticked off. I think I'm not going. I'm not going to try to read that. Beeline stings. When you break through into a new era, the technology you have become more expensive to research. So, for instance, I had managed to. I was in the early medieval era, or I guess the medieval era, not really early. I'm thinking Forged Vampires, and if I were to look all the way back in the prehistoric, I had a couple of religion finding texts that I could research, even though there was no point to it, and they cost a lot more, or almost on par, to research than the current text that I had. So it's a bit of it penalizes you for trying to get up high enough. So it means you want to get all the useful, all the useful technologies before you advance. No tech. Keeps winning. Win for losing in tech. Okay, no, I don't have, because I don't have these enabled. I think they might be enabled. Against once the player enters. Okay, no. Alright, so well, in the games that I have, by the time I get to the ancient era, I'm more or less ahead of most of the other AI. Like, for instance, in the last one I was playing, my last test file, I was ahead in land, I was ahead in strength, and I was second place for technology. And somewhere up there for culture. Like, not top 5 for culture, but nowhere near as wealthy. So I think for that one, I would have gotten a wealth boost, but everywhere else I would not have. Enable ambush and assassinations. And Neanderthal cities will spawn during the prehistoric era, which could be kind of annoying, but at the same time, I tend to use them as a XP grinder. Because if you can get a unit leveled enough where it can fight multiple Neanderthals without having to heal, then you can start to churn out experience. Even if it's just a tiny bit of experience, that tiny bit of experience eventually adds up. And I've been able to sack more powerful cities because I found a Neanderthal city or two along the way, and they just have to be chock full of Neanderthals. I went, alright, my strongest unit, just keep attacking. Attack, 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 attack. And if you're too injured, we'll have you heal up for a few turns. Then as soon as you're fully healed up, keep attacking. And there's been a couple times where I've captured those cities. Anyways, I think I've gone through this enough. So without further ado, let us start up. And this is probably going to be its own separate episode, but it's going to be going up the same day. So let's go.
And welcome back. You have made it to the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button if you really enjoyed, maybe share this video to anybody who you think will enjoy my content, and also don't forget to check out some of my other stuff. I'm not only doing this game, but I also have done a ton of other games. Well, a ton, I'm not sure how many games I've done at this point, but anyways, here's a small bit of collection of games that I've done. And if you look on screen, it should take you to either another video or a playlist. Maybe you'll enjoy that. Perhaps you might not. I don't know. We will find out. Hope you all enjoyed, and until next one, take it easy.